All right, what is up, YouTube? Um, I'm a little late, but I'm still here, so I'm trying my best. So right now, I'm trying to figure out, when you're trying to do everything, you're gonna get burnouts. And so what I'm trying to figure out is how do you manage your burnouts? So I'm curious, what do you guys do to manage burnouts? Because for me, I'm thinking I want to almost try and create a schedule where I sprint all week long, and then once I hit Friday or Saturday, then that burnout hits. I want to almost schedule the burnout so that way I could have it hit on the weekend, and then basically completely reset for Monday again. But it's easier said than done. I was feeling big burnout yesterday, and that's why you didn't see a market recap yesterday. I did make a short form video, but I got really lazy with it. And so this is just part of real life is when we are, especially because I'm working now full time, it's it's really hard to not feel burnout. I mean, it's just the reality of it. So I don't know what the solution is, but hey, I'm still here and it's still before market open, so that I'm proud of that. But anyway, right now it looks like we are consolidating. Do you guys ever have that thing happen where you are trying so hard, you're thinking so much about what you're saying, that you are so much worse at speaking? You guys ever do that? Because that is what's happening to me right now. And I hate when that happens. I don't know if that happens to you guys, but whenever you think about what you're saying, or the worst thing is when I was younger, I'd think I'd start to think about my body posture, and that's what all awkward people do is when you think about how you're supposed to move your arms or something, that's those oh my gosh. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is when you start to think about what you're saying, you overcomplicate it. And yeah. Anyway, we're just chilling, watching price here. Price is consolidating. Genuinely would not touch this. We do have a data high all the way up here. So, yeah, we'll just have to see how this goes. We got market open in 1 minute. Whoa! I accidentally clicked something. What is this? I accidentally opened the depth of market. I don't know how I did that. That's interesting. How did I do that? Maybe Control D. Anyway, like I said, the reality of trying to do everything, whether that's work, school, trying to do YouTube, trying to be a trader, the reality is you're going to get burnout. And even if I say I want to schedule my burnouts for the end of the week, that's not the reality of how things work. I wish it was. I wish I could just schedule my burnouts. I mean, you can. It just requires a lot of discipline and a lot of perseverance. And so I'm sorry I didn't make the videos yesterday. I made one of the videos, but I didn't make the market recap. I'm going to try and get back on track today and, you know, schedule my burnout for this weekend. Like, I want to make sure that this rest of the week I can finish strong and get everything done. So it's not easy, but I'm gonna try. Okay, guys, like for it, I just got an alert for the dodgy indicator, but like, dude, is this ever an inverse value app you would take? No. It was saying potential alert. Like, no, I would never take that. But yeah, what I'm saying is, even when you fall or mess up, just keep improving and keep tweaking things. Just keep getting a little better, and keep repeating this over and over again. Even like every time you fail, just keep getting back up. So we had market open. So let's mark out our time window here. We got decent low resistance liquidity here. So something to keep in mind. This is a giant 15-minute fair value gap. And once again, if there's nothing we love, we don't do anything. As always. Oh, I gotta log into my accounts. The secret is saying no. So this might be a 2-minute gap. Yep, you can see this is a 2-minute gap. So you gotta be careful if this 1-minute inverses. You gotta look at the 2-minute. 2-minute, still there. 3-minute, still there. So I think maybe the move is we should have our 15-minute and our 1-hour key levels marked out, like 15-minute for value gaps, 1 hour for value gaps. That way we can be prepared to take flow states off of them. Right. So yeah, you can see I just marked out this 15-minute for value gap, and the indicator for flow state marked out that 15-minute for value gap as well. So to be honest, wait, guys. I think we might have this all wrong. What does this look like? Actually, this looks like this was accumulation all through here. Look, a zoom out on the higher time frame, right? This kind of looks like accumulation, manipulation. Guys, wait. Remember our daily profile of the AMD? Then again, we should be careful because higher time frame is bullish. Okay. I just want to look at this real quick, guys. Just in case. So, in my Discord, I have daily profiles, and you can see when we have an AMD day, London and Asia will go sideways, New York will push up, and then we will deliver lower. I'm not saying that has to be the case, but it's possible, right? Because look at this. This looks like a giant accumulation range. I'm curious if that makes sense given the context of the only issue I have with that is I think when you look at the higher time frame, I think we are possibly expanding up. Like, it doesn't look bearish. Does this look bearish? No. But this is a daily for value gap. Actually, daily BPR, actually. So it could go down, honestly. We could get accumulation, manipulation, distribution. What do you guys think? Not gonna lie, I think that seems reasonable. Even though we're bullish, um, this is a daily BPR. We could get an AMD day back down. I kind of think that's what could happen. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The more I think about it, we have the daily BPR. What's aligned with the daily? The 1 hour. So when we get this 1 hour, yeah, to me, I don't know either. Like, it does look really bullish. Dude, I don't know either. Like, right now, I'm just theorizing ideas right now. It does look bullish, but I could see it because anytime you see London and Asia go sideways, that's usually the accumulation range for the day. Then again, though, we gotta be able to play both sides. So I'm just being thoughtful. So I'm gonna mark out London's lows, and guys, I'm just trying to get better still too. I'm not saying anything has to be the case, and I'm wrong all the time. So it does look bullish. Like on the higher time frame, we are expanding up. If we were to get the 1 hour change state delivery, that would hit here. We got an up close candle into the OTE here. Let's remember this for later. I might clip this. If this ends up being the top, I'm gonna clip this, right? Because anytime you get an up close candle, an opposing candle into OTE, into the sweet spot, it's usually a lot of the time it's right before the big dump. So if that happens, guys, we're clipping that. But yeah, we're just being thoughtful right now. Like I said, I could see this being an AMD day. I'm not gonna have the lines for the start and end of the session. Let's get rid of this. This kind of looks this looks trendliney to me. The only reason I'm suggesting that we could go down is because on the higher time frame, we already ran most of this range, and we've approached this daily imbalance here, this daily BPR. So that's the only reason why I'm suggesting that maybe we could go lower here. I'm just being open-minded. So daily BPR, you can see that imbalance. We've already ran all the liquidity in this consolidation. And now it looks from a daily profile standpoint like we could get we could get an accumulation, manipulation, distribution down. Because from a daily profile standpoint, right? From a daily profile standpoint, London and Asia went sideways, and then New York like pops up, and now we're seeing this move lower. I'm not saying this has to happen, but anytime you see London and Asia just go sideways, a lot of the time that's the accumulation range for the day. So I'm just being thoughtful. You know, if this 15-minute does inverse, it could be just decent just to take it. I mean, I don't know if that's too simple or not. But from a daily profile standpoint, I think we're gonna go. I don't know. I don't want to just take whatever, but I feel like that could be forced, if I'm gonna be honest, and I don't want to force anything. Remember, we're trading liquidity. We're not trading inverse value gaps or changes to deliveries. We're trading liquidity. So when we take a trade, it can't just be an inverse value gap. It can't just be a change state delivery. It needs to make sense in context of liquidity. So man, I really like this trend line liquidity here. I'm not gonna lie. This is fire. So if we got this inversion, I would have a lot of conviction in us going to go run down. Yo, Etsy, what's up? So as we go lower here, I'm getting more and more conviction that this could be a AMD day. And I'm getting conviction that if this 5-minute inverses, we're probably gonna go run liquidity. Now I don't want to force a trade, but I do think that that's probably what's gonna happen. If this inverses, we're gonna go run through all this LRLR here, accumulation, manipulation. I'm gonna get rid of this because I'm starting to get more conviction in this idea of London and Asia go sideways, New York goes up, change state delivery. And then we run through everything. Because from a higher time frame standpoint, we're within a daily BPR. I could pull that up, but I don't want to. Yeah. Actually, I will pull it up real quick. Oh, it's right there. So yeah, you can see this is the daily BPR. I have conviction we're going to run liquidity. If this inverses, now the thing is, right, we have the 15-minute, which is an external gap on the 15-minute. So I don't want to take something prematurely, but I'm pretty sure we're going to go run this LRLR here. I mean, I trade liquidity. I don't trade an inverse value gap or change state delivery. I trade liquidity at the end of the day. But I also only want to take trades that align with one of my two models. Hey, what up? Drink more water. How's it going? So yeah, I don't want to force anything, but I do think it's possible that this as we come lower, I'm getting more and more conviction. This could be accumulation, London Asia goes sideways, manipulation. I have drank some water actually, so that's nice. I'm gonna drink some more water. But yeah, like I said, like I'm only gonna take a trade if it is actually something that aligns with my back testing that I've done, obviously. So even if Like, I think something's going to run liquidity. I can't just take whatever I want. It needs to align with one of my two models. It needs to align with an inverse value gap or flow state. You know. So we wick down and wick this gap here. I still think if this 15-minute inverses, we'll probably go run this. And would I give this approach trade approval? It honestly depends how we close, to be honest. If we close with good momentum, like if we close down here, I just don't want to force a trade. It's just that's the main issue, is I really don't want to force a trade. And also now it's kind of looking like, okay, what if we inverse back up, right? This higher time frame is bullish. We have to be adaptable. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Higher time frame is bullish. We just have to be thoughtful. I only want to take something. I don't want to I feel like right now I'm kind of worried because I feel like I could be in this mindset of forcing a trade, and we got to let the trades come to us. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This inversion looks super nice. I think we got good liquidity up here, or we do have good liquidity. This looks light bulb, guys. This looks really light bulb. If the 2-minute, this looks fire, guys. Only thing is the 3-minute. I kind of want the 3-minute to inverse. But I don't know. He could maybe take this anyways on the 2-minute. It'd probably be fine. Yeah, you probably just take this on the 2-minute. It's probably a mistake not to take it. But I don't know. I think I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't want to rush anything, guys. This was probably the trade of the day, if I'm being honest. I was just being thoughtful because this is a 3-minute, but this 3-minute gap probably doesn't really matter because it's so small. Man, like I just get a little nervous, and then anytime I get nervous, I don't want to mess up. Alert. We got an alert. Active bullish 3-minute. It's saying this is a 3-minute inversion. I'm trying to be smart. I do think this was really light bulb. I was just a little nervous, and I think I'd rather be safe than sorry. Because the reason I was nervous is because there was a 3-minute gap. But it honestly doesn't matter if you have conviction we're going to go run liquidity. So the 3-minute has inversed. So now we're coming back down. This kind of looks like maybe this could be 2022. We got fair value gap down here. So this could be your 2022 gap, but once again, like I'm kind of bad at 2022 model if I'm being honest. I'm actually pretty bad at 2022 model. I think if this inverses, guys, we can go break even pretty easily right here. And then we can target the data high and we can get a 2-to-1. I think that's the move. I think that's a pretty safe and solid bet if we get this inversion. What is this, a 5-minute gap, a 3-minute gap? I think that's a pretty safe and solid move here. If this 5-minute inverses, I think we'll run to the data high, and I think you can't really go too wrong with something like this. What do you guys think about this? I mean, it'll be going into 10 a.m., which, it makes sense in context. We'll have gotten the Judas swing, then the 10 a.m. could distribute us higher. Just trying to be thoughtful, guys. Did we ever inverse this 15-minute? Nah, it looks like we're respecting this 15-minute fair value gap here. So 15-minute fair value gap. Guys, this is looking pretty nice because we've generated liquidity all through here, generated liquidity all through here. I think it's not giving much. Yeah, I think we should. I think if I do anything stupid, I just don't want to do anything stupid. Worst thing I could do is force a trade, and I have issues. That's why I'm still struggling. It's because I do force trades a lot. I gotta stop it. My battery's running low. So guys, just understand that like I'm still working on myself too. But I'm liking the data high. And I'm liking that we inverse this. I think that the market is kind of showing its hand that it's going to, like, this was manipulation, right? This kind of seems, it almost seems too perfect. Like, we have accumulation here. Yeah, just patience. Yeah, dude, that's my biggest weakness is patience, bro. I really have work to do with it. So I'm not going to lie. This kind of seems like accumulation. This kind of seems like our manipulation. And you can see this manipulation leg did take liquidity. So there we go. Question: ES swept the data high and has SMT. You still consider it a data high? ES swept the data high and has SMT. Yeah, because of liquidity. I personally, because the way this is kind of like generated, and now the way that we've inversed this for value gap. So we've inversed this for value gap, and the way this has just been generated, I can tell like it's like this data high is probably still active. I mean, just based off of liquidity, I trade like I trade like how the chart is framed with liquidity and not necessarily like the intricate little details of whether S&P swept the high or not. Like this looks really generated. And higher time frame is bullish. And now that we inverse this back up, it to me that's just like usually when we inverse this, we don't normally not go to this trend line. So I don't know what you think, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. And once again, I'm just trying to get better too. So this looks very trend liney. I think this will probably be rocket fuel for us to go to the data high. I do think if this inverses, this will be a pretty light bulb, especially if we get a good close. And so would I give this 5-minute inversion a post trade approval? Absolutely. If we to go to the data high, yeah. So if this 5-minute inverses, I'm gonna go ahead and take it with conviction and play the odds. I do like it. Sure, like, you know, I hate losing, but I do think this would be pretty good. So I'm probably gonna take it. Once again, don't just take do your own trades. Don't be smart. Be smart. But I think if this were to inverse, this is good generated liquidity. This is going to allow us to get to the data high, in my opinion. So accumulation, this kind of seems like manipulation. And actually, wait, this will be, yeah, this 5-minute will get the change state of delivery. Just trying to be thoughtful. It's hard. Like, I always mess up. So yeah, here we had a 1 hour for value gap down here. Guys, I'm just trying to get better. I do stupid stuff all the time, but I really am trying to be thoughtful. Oh, would you look at that? We have bullish SMT down here. You guys see that? Low, higher low, low, lower low. And guys, once again, I'm just trying to get better. I do stupid stuff, but I really am trying. So we have SMT. One hour for value gap. Higher time frame's bullish. The main thing is, when I take a trade, would I give this a post-trade approval? Is the market ready to run liquidity? That I have those taped to the top of my desk. If the answer is yes to both of those, then I take the trade with no regrets, whatever happens, right? because as long as the trade fits in with the back testing that I've done and it makes sense, and then is the market ready to run liquidity? That's all I need, and then I take the trade, right? Easier said than done, but that's how it should be. $15-minute, right? This kind of looks pretty light bulb. We do have SMT too. I think it's very likely we're gonna, at this point, I think it's very likely we're gonna go. Yep. That's, dude, you just summed me up exactly. Well, and a big part of it is like, like I've been wanting to use trading to be making my money for the longest time, and I'd been unemployed for a while, and now I'm just accepting that I just have to have a full-time job while I'm trading, so that way I'm not so stressed to try and make money from trading, because I think that was a big issue for me for the longest time. So, and like I said, I just need conviction in when I take a trade to have conviction in it. This looks very accumulation, and this looks a lot like accumulation. This looks a lot like manipulation, and this inversion looks light bulb. Yeah, to me, guys, I think this is gonna be a flow state. Like I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a flow state. We have this was the 15-minute for value gap. Wait, let's just try and find the 15-minute. Yeah, 15-minute for value gap. So here's the 15-minute for value gap. Whoops. 15-minute for value gap. And then this is we're just back testing this 1-minute change of state delivery, all through here. So this really does look like a possible flow state. SMT with 1-minute change of state delivery. So what would be interesting? If we come to this, if we come to OTE at this point, right? You could get an insane RR trade off of OTE. And now this is just something that I've observed through my back testing, like a ton. Like I just see it happen all the time, where we'll come back to OTE, and then you could, I'm not gonna take this, but I'm just saying I've seen this happen where we'll go back to OTE and then we'll get like a 12-to-1 off of it. So yeah, once again we got the sweep, we got the SMT. Just being thoughtful here. Looks like we're consolidating again. So we're holding this 2-minute BPR. I think the more I look at this, the more it really does look like the market is going to be expanding up to the data high very soon. So like I said, if this 5-minute does inverse, I'm just going to probably, I am going to take this, accept the risk, and accept that this is my model, inverse for value gap with good generated liquidity towards the data high, and I'm just going to play the odds on this. And I like this wick. I like this wick down into the change state of delivery. Okay, don't take it. Don't take it just because I took it. be smart. But yeah, if you think it's a good trade for yourself, then take it. But the reason I like this a lot is this generated liquidity. A lot of time, the way it's just perfectly generated, this is going to propel us up to the data high. Excluding the data low still being there and the lack of momentum, this is A. I like it. Fits in with my back testing. So if we do inverse this, I'm going to take it. I want to see the 5-minute inverse. And once again, like, I do think this is like a flow state right now where we had this 15-minute for value gap. So 15-minute for value gap, and now we have 1-minute change state delivery. So you could use this manipulation move for the standard deviations. So low-key, you might want to target this instead of the data high, just to be safe. Because if I measure standard deviations out, like it, I don't want to knock it, take profit because we went only here, not the data high. The only thing is, like, it'd be annoying if this 5-minute inverses and we don't. Trying to figure out how am I gonna frame this contract wise? I think 3 contracts should be fine. So yeah, I think everything's lining up with, or not, no, everything is lining up. We got external sweep, internal sweep, delivering from fair value gap, SMT, aligned with the flow state model, 5-minute inversion. We got 1 minute and 47 seconds. We'll just have to see. So this would be 3 contracts, so 3 times 13, 26, 39. Okay. Once again, this is rocket fuel. If we inverse this, I think we'll go here. 1 minute. Once again, if this trade was a loss, he doesn't respond, or he doesn't talk in the Discord that much. I've talked to him I haven't talked to him that much, honestly. But you should reach out to him, see how he's doing. So if we inverse this, we got 35 seconds. If we inverse this, I'm taking this. And I'm taking the risk. So, yeah. 13 seconds. Are we going to inverse this or not? Yeah, we did inverse it. So I'm going to
Order filled.
And accept the risk, whatever happens here. Once again, would I give this post-trade approval? Yes. Is the market ready to run liquidity? Yes. There we go. Check both boxes. I'm in. Whatever happens is whatever happens. 20,094. Wait, that's not right. So yeah, I'm going to take profit here. To be honest, I'm going to probably just play the odds on this one and not go break even, because this is a one setup for life and I have conviction, and I think we'll almost every single time we will continue higher. Nine, 8, 2. But this is really good generated liquidity. I do think this should be rocket fuel for us to expand up to this high. So once again, would I give this post-trade approval? Yes. Is the market ready to run liquidity? Yes. That's all I care about. If it's a win or a loss, whatever. I don't care. And the 15-minute inverse does well. So yeah. That's something I probably should have made sure, but Okay, I'm playing the odds. Like I said, whatever happens is whatever happens. It is what it is. I'm just gonna go get some water, and yeah, I'm taking a trade that aligns with my back testing. I mean, we could go break even after the LRLR. I think that's a personal preference thing. Okay, I'm just gonna stare at this and say, what would I do if I was back testing right now? Would I go break even here or not? To be honest, I think I think it's pretty reasonable to go break even here. This is a personal preference thing, because once again, it's a data high, so we should go there. But also, break even never hurt anyone. So, what do you guys think? Break even? Break even never hurts. Yeah, I'll agree with you, actually. And think about it, right? The low resistance liquidity, this should be rocket fuel. In what world does this not propel us to the data high? Mechanically, break even would be at 20,024, no? Break even is whatever makes sense to you for break even for your back testing. For me, I have conviction in this low resistance liquidity. And so because of that, I'm not going to go break even until we run this low resistance liquidity because I have conviction in this trend line liquidity. And actually, you could go break even a little sooner. Once again, break even, you got to go break even at the point where break even makes sense within your own back testing. For me, I probably wouldn't go break even until we hit this high. Because a lot of the time, when you have really good trendline liquidity like this, here, let's go back over to the other chart. When you have really good trendline liquidity like this, like I have conviction that we should, in every world, we should go run this. So I think maybe the trick is go break even here. Let's really just take a look at where it makes sense. I think break even makes sense anywhere in this range, like this whole range here. Break even makes sense, or even all the way up here, because this is where the majority of the liquidity is. If I measure this out, yeah. So I'm going to go break even at the end of the bodies. I don't know if that's a mistake. Okay, what would I do based off my back testing? Let me think. I think I want to go break even here. It's just my own personal preference because I have conviction in this trade, right? I have conviction that we'll at least run this trend line. I don't want to go break even too early. I mean, I'm just taking this like I would try and take any trade that I would have back tested. And I think that I'm not going to go break even until we run all the LRLR. So I'm going to go break even at this high. And I know that's not the candle bodies, but it's just because the LRLR should propel us. It should be like a, yeah. It should propel us to go higher. So I want to go up, take profit once we run through the LRLR. I think we'll run through all of this. Hopefully that's not a mistake, but I think that's reasonable. Would I give this a post-trade approval? Here, we can just go break even at, like, in between. We'll go break even there. There we go. That's fine. like somewhere in between there. It's also important to recognize, like, where's the fair value gap, right? Yeah, I'll probably go break even here. There we go. That's a good spot. And if this is break even, I'll just be done for the day. It's probably pretty reasonable, I would say, to be done for the day. To be honest, though, like, there's always a scenario where we just run this low resistance liquidity and then we don't propel to the data high. And I think we should, I want to take that into account, but okay, I'm going to go break even now. And yeah, anywhere within this range to take profit. Like I said, I think this should be rocket fuel. First standard deviations right at this LRLR here. It's always possible we get a retracement off of this. See, I would hate to have us retrace the break even off of this, and I know that's possible. But yeah, I'm actually gonna take profit right here. This is where I'm gonna take profit. That'll be 2.2 to 1. I think we'll go to the second standard deviation. I think this is pretty reasonable. But like I said, like, if I know anything about liquidity, this should be rocket fuel to propel us up here. We shouldn't really slow down. But it's possible we do, I'm not saying it's not possible. Because this is the first standard deviation, so maybe we get a reaction. See, we are getting a reaction at this first standard deviation. I am anticipating that. I'm just saying I still think this should propel us to the second one. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully it's not a mistake. But if it is, I'll review it in the market recap and we'll see. But I think this is somewhat reasonable. To do this. And we did hit this other break-even spot, so there's no world where I'm not break-even. So, yeah, in all worlds, this is a trade that I would approve and take and be totally fine with if it was not, if it didn't work out and was a break-even trade. Like, this is a trade where I'd be fine with it in all worlds. So we're just going to chill, let it whatever happen. First standard deviations right here. We'll see if we propel up to the second one. And yeah, people, if you want to, you could take people could take profit at the data high. For me, I've just seen how this standard deviation stuff works, and You know, since the second standard deviation's right here, I'd rather take profit there. Actually, if we measure out this, second standard deviation's down here. Nice. The two gaps on the 2 minute. I'm gonna take it like this. Because the 5 minute, like, I trust the 5 minute bodies as to be pretty accurate. So I'm gonna go with this, and I think the body here. Scale 2. And from the two gaps around on the 2 minute around 21,978. Oh, you're all the way down here. That's impressive. Good job. Look at this 1 minute change of state of delivery, though. Like I said, we're reacting off this first standard deviation. This was anticipated. I just hope it's not break even. I hope we go up to take profit, but once again, you know, I'm ready for whatever, so. I don't want to be too greedy, but like I do think this is a pretty reasonable trade. So whatever happens, I don't know. Like obviously I don't want to be greedy, but I do think I'm just doing what I think is most reasonable based off my back testing. So there's nothing else to say other than I'm just taking a reasonable trade. If it's break even, it's break even. Let's get rid of this. $20,080. Yeah, in my opinion as well, it would be a good loss to take. What matters to me is what I give it a post-trade approval. Whether it's a loss or a win, I don't care. Whether it's break-even, I don't care. I just take trades based off of what I give them a post-trade approval. And then if the answer is yes, that's all that matters to me. Okay, whatever happens, I don't care at this point. Like, trust me, I want to scale, but I think I don't know. I think it's reasonable to just take profit all off at that second standard deviation. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if that's dumb. I'm just trying to trade exactly how I would have back tested this trade. So Yeah, the 3 minute. Um, on he entered on this right here. This closed so high. This isn't your, like, I don't know. It's just not the classic IPG. But you definitely this, because you have to wait for the, I don't know, the 2 minute. The 2 minute looks more lipo, but I was scared of a 3 minute external gap, which maybe I shouldn't have been. I don't know, because like I said, I'm just trying to get better. But oh, okay, he entered on the 3 minute. So yeah, he entered on the 3 minute because he didn't care if the 5 minute was gonna inverse or not. Sometimes you just enter trades because of liquidity. I don't know, but usually you do want to wait for the higher time frame gap to inverse. So I already know Dodgy's gonna post this on Twitter later, and he's gonna say, if you didn't take this, you're a donut. Like, my money's on it. Like, I genuinely think he's gonna say that. And that's just what he's gonna say. Like, I honestly do want to scale here. Me either, dude. Me either. Man, like, I want to scale here so bad. Maybe I should. This maybe is a TP1 spot. I'm not gonna lie, kind of. I don't know what to do. Maybe I should take all off here. No, let's just play the trade. Let's just play it out. Let's play it out. See, this is the hard part about being human. I'm not a machine. I can't just like take trades emotionless. I'm gonna make trades that it's hard. It's not easy. Today he said, I used to look at footprint charts, but I've looked at them so much I don't need them anymore. I know what's going on behind. He has superpowers, bro. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I mean, come on, guys. At what world does this 15-minute candle close and we don't expand? Go to take profit. I don't know, man. I feel like it's always possible we just go back lower. I hope we don't. Yep. That's the world that does it goes lower. Dude. Maybe I ought to just take profit. Like, this is the end of the LRLR. I don't know. I feel like I'm just trying to... I want to just make decisions according to what I would have backtested. Like, is this a trade in line with what I backtested? If yes, then that's all that matters. So, I think this LRLR should propel us. Dude, I'm always stressed. I'm always stressed. It's so bad. I was probably not. I don't know. I've changed. I've changed a lot, man. Uh, I'm not 16. I'm 22. Oh, this is driving me crazy. It'd be so annoying if we came back down. I feel like we will. I just want to take like objectively analyze this. I'm just trying to be objective here. What's the right thing to do? What do you think the right thing to do is, like, objectively? It's probably just to do nothing. The right thing to do is to probably just do nothing. This should be rocket fuel. Minimize chart. Yeah. I do think the right thing to do is just to let this be. I think this is exactly how I would take this in my back testing in every scenario. So, yeah. Whatever happens is whatever happens. Nothing's bad if it's break even. That's the mindset I need to have. It's easier said than done. Who else was in our group? Do you remember? All I remember is you and Evie. It was Alex and Sebo. Oh, guys, we got SMT on the 1 minute. I gotta work on my patience, man. If this does hit TP, I mean, it'd be nice because it'll be a pretty straightforward day. Like, surprising, honestly. So I would think we should go to the second standard deviation here. So we'll just have to see. I feel like I don't know. I'm just trying to do what I would do according to my back testing. I feel like I don't know. Part of me wants to take a partial here. Maybe I should have. Yeah, it's kind of looking like, I don't know. It's just not looking like my favorite right now. Um, I hate. I don't know. I don't want to change my trade, but like I don't know why we're stalling. That's the thing. I don't know why we're stalling. It just seems like weird. I'm just trying to not do anything stupid or rash. I'm trying to do like what would I do according to my back testing. Like that's my number one thing. Is always what would I do according to my back testing. Just trying not to be reactionary and just do what makes sense. All right, 30. Could we get this 30-second inversion? Oh, that. I hope this propels us up. I really hope this propels us. Trying to be an emotionless robot, but it's not easy. Like I would hate if we came down back down here. And this is where it's like the difference between back testing and forward testing occurs. Yeah. Uh I don't think we should come back down now. I kind of feel like since we inverse this, like we shouldn't come down to below this because this is like an inversion on its own. And we have SMT. I want to, honestly, I think that's pretty reasonable to do. I don't know though. What do you think? Like, if we come back down below this inversion, that's a red flag to me. Like, at this point, we shouldn't come back down. I think that's pretty reasonable, to be honest. Would I do this according to my back testing? Like, I'm trying to make the decision I would make. Like, what is the best decision to make according to my back testing? I think maybe it's so hard. Trying not to change like what I would do. I think what I would do is I think trail stop. Yeah, that would help. I think it's ridiculous not to preserve some of these gains. So I think what I would do is I think I'm gonna do TP1 and trail because I don't know. It's just we're taking so long. Trying to do the right move here. Well, like I'm only trying. I just don't want to do what I like. I only want to take the trade according to what I would do with my back testing. I'll just let it be. I'll just let it be. I'll just let it be. I'll let it be. Yeah, we really were. 4-7-8 breathing. What is that? What is the 4-7-8 breathing? Sounds kind of cool. 4-7-8 breathing. Four, 7, 8, like four. I don't know. Dude, I hate how long we've been in this trade. It's literally almost 11:10 Eastern, and that's when I'm supposed to get off. The psychological sigh. Guys, I think that we should hit our drawn liquidity by the end of this macro. If I'm being completely honest, like we should hit this by 11:10, and if we don't, I see that as a red flag. You can see this move higher started right at the macro, so considering putting a time limit on this trade because I see I don't want to do things that I wouldn't do in my back testing. That's the thing. But I do think the macro should deliver us to the drawn liquidity. Like this 1050 to 11:10 should deliver us to where we need to go. And if it doesn't, then I don't like that. Dude, this is just... I'm just trying to make the right decision. What would I do according to my back testing? I really don't know. Yeah, I like this idea of I'm going to get out by the end of the macro. We should deliver to the to the second standard deviation by the end of the macro. If we don't, I'm gonna get out. Oh my gosh. Try not to be fair. I just want to do what I actually would do. I think. Yeah, I think the only thing you can do is just do nothing. If we come all the way back down to break even, then that sucks. Dude, this isn't like I'm not liking this. Just giving red flags. I don't know. It's like taking forever. What is this price action? So weird. Alright, this is not my favorite. Like I said, by the end of the macro, I'm going to get out because what is going on? I think that's pretty reasonable. Or I should just do nothing and actually just do nothing. That's actually probably what I'm supposed to do, is just do nothing. Yeah, doing nothing is what's rewarded. Took a trade in line with my back testing. If it's break even, it's break. I already took the trade, accepted the problem. This is, I'm just accepting the trade for what it is. So
Stop filled.
I knew that was gonna happen, though, dude. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. Ugh. I don't know what was the right decision. I really don't. And this is the toughest part about trading, because I want to make the right decisions, but like my brain is like unable to process the correct decision sometimes. No, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I think the right decision was honestly to target 1 to 1. I think the right decision was to target 1 to 1. Yeah, but I think if I was to redo this trade, I would just target 1 to 1, or at least do a TP1, TP2. So I think I should have done TP1. I don't know. I'll journal it. I don't know. I feel like the more you just try and go for more than you like the market's willing to give you, you're gonna just get wrecked. I'll journal it. Dude, I think. Mm, I'll think about it. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. Yeah, I stuck to my initial plan. That's what's important. I'll think about it. I'll review it, and I'll journal it.